The inverted parallelism is one that you want to make sure you get comfortable with. It's a really fun one. It's pretty easy to see once you get your eyes set to it. But remember, as always, we always recommend you keep that summary sheet close at hand. Keep that symbol in front of you. We like to say inverted is up, down. It's a little different than the chiasmic one, but it's the pattern is twice, but it's reversed. So you'll see what we mean.
Okay.
These are absolutely easy examples, right? Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That's very different than trying to say, hey, we should all do better and be more patriotic. That would fall a lot more flat than that one that just echoes. And I think that's because it's got that musical inverted parallelism.
The poetry.
The poetic, yeah, it's got such a power to it because it's written this way. A is what your country, can do for you, what you can do for your country. So great. Again, look at Mark, that other example. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Super clean, super straightforward example of an inverted parallelism.
Yeah. Let's look at some examples. Another example is in Matthew 19 and then in 20. So 19:30, but many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So that alone is inverted, just that one verse. But then it's very neat because in the next chapter, he is repeating it. So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but a few chosen. And so with just one verse, we can see an inversion, and makes me think, like, let's look at all these chapters together to look at and see if they are chiasmic. But we can see the inversion just in that one small verse. Okay, so let's start with another example. Open your Isaiah chapter 6, and when we get through verse 10, observe that and in relation to this inverted parallelism. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the hearts of this people fat, make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and convert, and be healed. Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. And the Lord have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. But yet in it shall be a tenth, and it shall return, and shall be eaten as a teil tree, and as an oak, whose substance is in them. When they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the substance thereof. So just looking at verse 10, make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes. And can you see the inversion? Lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart. What do you observe?
Oh, I just love it's symmetrical in a way that it's inverted. Heart, ears, eyes, ears, heart. And it says that same thing that, there's just more, it makes more power in the same message when it's written that way.
Yeah. So again, I invite you just to look at the whole context of this chapter and observe if there's any other parallelisms here. Open to Psalms 124 and observe verse 7 when we get there. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick, when their wrath was kindled against us. Then the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. There's a repeat there. Anyway, blessed be the Lord, who hath not given us as a prey to their teeth. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. And the snare is broken, and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord, who made heaven and earth. Okay, and so how might this be an inverted parallelism? How is it inverted? And we have it highlighted here.
It's so clean. Our soul is escaped, and then here comes the symbol. As a bird out of the snare of the fowlers, the snare is broken, and we are escaped. It's just inverted. It's parallel. It's one message said with an up-down. It's inverted.
It goes up and it goes down, like a song, like a musical tone.
Yeah, like music does.
Okay, this one is fun, and it kind of thinks out of the box. In Psalm 23:6, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Well, if you flip chapters and you come upon Psalm 27, verse 4, it says, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. So this example shows this inversion, but they're completely in separate places. And so the author could have inverted it on purpose over here, as he was, I mean, it's possible this is coming down out of a chiasm, if you want to start looking beyond all these chapters and putting them together. But I love how he's referring it and giving that message again in the reverse order, specifically to maybe bring us down to the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. Because if we go back, there's mercy. He's going to follow me if I do that. Was I describing a chiasmic?
It kind of feels like it could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was fun. We're going to do another one with beyond, like totally outside of the psalm. And my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation. And this is 35:9. But then later it looks and it appears that Isaiah is inverting the Psalms of David. So Isaiah is coming along and writing, and he is taking the words that he probably has in his heart from David. And he says, I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My soul shall be joyful in my God. So how is it inverted? You see it? Joyful in the Lord, and then rejoice, but then rejoice, and then
yeah,
joy.
to me, the core message that both writers are trying to say, my soul is going to have joy. You know, I'm going to rejoice. I have reason to rejoice. It's a little inverted because they're in a different order, but yeah, again, it's an echoing of the first thought, and it's great. You know, joyful one, rejoice two. The other guy went rejoice one, joyful two. Probably in different orders. Anyway, it seems like a fun little out of the box idea for an inverted parallelism. But
yeah, and I'm excited to hear more about your discoveries and how you can start to see how the scriptures are written, and especially these Psalms and Proverbs where we see many parallelisms. So be sure to join us live or watch the recordings to get more practice for yourself.
Don't just tell them, show them the beauty. Your stirring words, read or recite the poetic parts aloud. Then ask questions. The oral tradition was meant to be passed from generation to generation. The hidden meaning lasts. Don't just tell